Hello. Can you hear me, guys? Okay. So, okay, guys, thank you, thank you. So, we were doing, yes, please listen carefully. We were doing 3 basic modes of listening. Please listen carefully. Do not keep sending messages, guys. Please, video is not available today. Since this is your listening skill class, develop listening skills. Just listen. Just listen, please. It's a request. I'll give you the link after the class. Don't worry. This is a live activity for you. I just want to see your listening skills, and you should know how to develop listening skills. Just listen carefully. When I ask the question, then you send the answers, please. So we were doing 3 basic modes of listening. First was active listening. As I told you, what you guys are doing right now is active listening. It is very important listening skills, the active listening. In active listening, the listener is genuinely interested in understanding what the other person is thinking or feeling or wanting or what the message means. The person is active in checking his own understanding before he responds with his new message. The listener restate or paraphrase his understanding of the message and reflect it back to the sender for verification. Right? Now, this verification or feedback that makes the active listening very effective. So have you guys understood what active listening is? What you are doing right now is active listening. You are genuinely interested in understanding what I am saying or thinking or feeling or wanting, right? And what my message means. The person is active in checking his understanding before he responds with this new message. You guys are active in checking your understanding what I am saying before you send the message. When I ask you the question, you respond back. That means what I ask, you understand it. Okay? You check and understand, then you respond back. Now, listener, now that means for you guys, you restate or paraphrase your understanding of the message and reflect it back to the sender for verification. This verification or feedback process is what that makes active listening very effective. To understand? Did you get my point? Yes. Did you get my point? Little bit. Okay. What is active listening? What you guys are doing now? Please try to understand what you are doing now. You are listening to me. You are genuinely interested in what I am saying. Right? You are genuinely interested in what I am saying, I am thinking, I am feeling, I am wanting, and what my message means. You are active in checking your understanding. Before you respond back, you check your understanding with the new message. You paraphrase your understanding. Paraphrase means express the same thing in different words. You paraphrase your understanding of the message and reflect it back to the sender. You are sending your message back to me of your understanding. This is called active listening. Did you get me now? Yes? Okay, good. Okay. Okay, you get me? That's good. Second is passive listening. Passive. First was active listening. Second is passive listening. Now, what is the passive listening? Here also, the listener, that means you guys, genuinely interested in hearing and understanding the other person's point of view. In passive listening also, the listener is genuinely interested in hearing and understanding what the other person is saying. He will be attentive and will passively listen. The listener assumes here, what is the difference? The listener assumes that what he heard or understood is correct, but he stays passive and do not verify it.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Yes? Okay, fine. Please try to understand. There's if network problem is there, we can't help it. So far what I have told you, have you understood that? Okay, if voice is clear, that's good. Now can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, fine. Am I audible to you all now? Okay, thank you. So far what I have told you, there are three basic modes of listening. First is active listening. I have told you what, have you understood what active listening is? What you do in active listening? Have you understood? Verify, very good. Full concentration, yeah, right. And again, I'm repeating for the last time what active listening is. It is a very, very important listening skill, active listening. In active, please listen carefully now. Stop sending messages. That means you are not listening actively. Stop sending messages and listen carefully if I am audible now. It is a very, very important skill. In active listening, listener is genuinely interested in understanding what the other person is thinking. That means एक जो इंसान है, आप actually interested हो जो मैं कह रही हूँ. What I'm saying, you want to understand that, right? You are genuinely interested in understanding what the other person is thinking or feeling or wanting or what the message means. The person is active in checking his understanding. He's verifying his understanding. How he verifies? He verifies in the mode of responding back. He verifies in the by way of responding back that what he has understood is what the message means is. understanding of the message and reflect it back to the sender for verification. This verification or feedback process is what distinguishes active listening and make it effective. Okay? In active listening, the other person, the listener, he verifies his understanding of what the other person is saying, and he does it in the mode of responding back. You get it now? Okay. Second is passive listening. Here also, the listener is genuinely interested in hearing and understanding the other person's point of view. Here also, he is genuinely interested in hearing and understanding other person's point of view, what the other person wants to say. He will be attentive and will passively listen. Now here the listener assumes that what he heard or understood is correct, but he does not verify it. This is the difference between reflective active thinking and passive thinking. In active, he verifies his understanding. In passive listening, he does not verify it. He takes it for granted that what he heard or understood is correct. He stays passive. Okay, so the major difference is the verification part. Get it now? Have you got it? Okay. Now the third is competitive or combative listening. First was active listening, second was passive listening, third is competitive or combative listening. Competitive listening, by the word itself, it makes it very clear that it happens when the listener is more interested in promoting his own point of view. Competitive. He's competing with the speaker. He wants to promote his own point of view than understanding or exploring someone else's view. He either listens just to find faults or flaws in other person. This is the third type of listening, competitive or combative. Do you get it? Competitive means it happens when listener is more interested in promoting his own point of view than understanding or exploring someone else's view. Yeah, he tries to debate. He wants to dominate the other person. He does it just to find flaws or weak points of the other person. Right? So there are three types of listening, modes of listening. What are that? First is active listening. What is the difference? What he does in active listening? What is the major difference? What he does in active listening? Verify. Very good, Kochhar. Yeah. Verification. Good, Hardik. And what he does in passive listening? What in passive listening? He does not verify. Good. So you guys are listening very, very carefully. This is a live activity for you all guys. He assumes he is correct. He does not verify. Good, 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 good. Falguni, very right. Yeah. Good, Ash, Riddhi. He takes it for granted. Good. So you are listening bit by bit. Good. This is the way your listening should be. Right? Now there are so many types of listening. There are so many types of listening. I'll share the PDF with you. I'll give you the reference at the end of the lecture. Right? And in the meantime, you please listen carefully. You will find the same thing in the actually I tried to make the notes, but I found this is a link which I am sharing with you. You will find all aspects covered of listening skills. So these are this is a complete package. I'll share this thing with you in the and at the end of the lecture. But before that, I want you guys to listen carefully. So you should know how to listen, how your listening skills should be, right? How active you should be. Yours should be an active listening process, which you just told me. You verify your understanding what the other person is saying. Do not become passive listeners, right? Do not ever take it for granted what other person saying must be correct. I don't want to verify it. You must verify. You must become active listeners the way you are doing right now. Now there are many types of listenings. Please listen carefully. First is active listening. Can you guys tell me what is active? You just told me. You demonstrate interest and you verify it. First is active listening. We just did it. Second is appreciative listening. Second is appreciative listening. The word, the term itself clarifies. It is self-explanatory. What is appreciative? Where you listen to appreciate other, right? To praise other. That is appreciative. You listen and you praise others. That is appreciative listening. It's not flattering. Sorry, it's not flattering. It's appreciating. There is a difference between flattering and appreciating, right? Third is attentive listening. What is attentive listening? Where you show your attention. You are carefully listen. You are paying attention. Good. Fourth is biased listening. These are very easy terms. You can easily make out the meanings. Biased listening. When you listen, when you filter the words and you want to listen only what you want to listen. Here you are doing hearing also. Hearing plus listening. In biased listening, you are doing hearing and listening also. You filter the words. You hear only what you want to listen. Okay? Biased listening. Fifth is casual listening. Casually listening. Where you don't show any attention. Listening without showing attention, that is called casual listening. Biased listening, the court does not, court hearing is not biased listening. Sorry, wrong example you took. In bias, as the word itself suggests, person hears only what he wants to hear. He wants to listen. He hears only what he wants to listen. Casual listening, you are not showing any attention. Then comprehension listening. Comprehension listening. Can you tell me? Here, in comprehension listening, you listen to understand. You seek meaning. That is comprehension listening. Then comes critical listening. What is critical? They are very easy to understand. Critical listening. Critical listening. Just to criticize, yes. To criticize others. To evaluate, to analyze, to make opinion. You will pass judgment. Yes, good. Listening to judge, very good. You guys know a lot. Good. Then comes deep listening. Deep. Deep listening. It's listening for something specific, but nothing else. Deep listening. Sorry. Deep listening is seeking to understand the person, their personality, and their real and unspoken meanings and motivators. What is deep listening? When you listen very deeply, you want to understand that person, his personality, their real, their spoken or unspoken words also. Yes, good, Manoj. You try to listen even what is not being said. Spoken and unspoken word. They are deep listening to have thorough knowledge. Yes, Aksh. Then comes discriminative listening. Where you discriminate. Discriminate. It's listening for something specific, but nothing else. You want to listen to something specific. कुछ ही बात आप सुनना चाहते हो, आप बाकी बात नहीं सुनना चाहते हो. Discriminative कि मुझे सिर्फ इतना ही सुनना है. I want to listen this much only. You want to listen something specific. Good. Then comes empathetic listening. Empathy. Empathetic listening. What is empathy? When you try to understand what the other person is feeling, that is empathy. Yes. Beyond sympathy. Good. Good, good. Yes. To understand others' feelings, emotions. Good, Parak. Yes. Yes, Isha. Good. Yes, Jatin. Yes. Yes, yes. That means you know everything. So, this is empathetic listening, where you try to understand what the other person is he's feeling, right? Next is evaluative listening. Evaluative, where you evaluate. Again, this is same as critical, where you try to evaluate, criticize, or otherwise pass judgment on what someone is saying. Evaluate. You evaluate what the other person is saying. You try to criticize or you pass judgment. Yes, good. That is evaluative listening. Next is inactive listening. See, there are 19 types of listening given here, which we are discussing, and you know everything. Inactive listening. What is inactive? One we did active, one we did inactive. What is inactive? Yes, very good. No concentration, no hearing. Yes, good. It's just you just pretending to listen, but not listening. Yes, you are pretending. आप ऐसा दिखावा कर रहे हो that you are listening, but actually you are spending more time on thinking. You are distracted, right? Again, next is judgmental thinking. What is judgmental? Again, we have done it like critical thinking, and they're same. Where you try to, again, you make judgment about, you listen to some person and you make opinions about him. You make judgment about him. That is judgmental listening. Good. Next is partial listening. What is partial? Half. Good. Partial listening. आप आधा सुन रहे हैं और आधा आपका ध्यान कहीं और है. Listening most of the time, but also spending some time daydreaming or thinking of a response. That is partial listening. Yes. Good, Rishabh. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Shane Rafiq. No, courts listening is not judgmental. Court works on evidence only. Please. Court does not come under such type of listenings. Court works on evidence only. Right? There are certainly, no doubt, there are some loopholes of which the advocates, the lawyers, they take advantage of, right? But everything works on evidence only in courts. So you can't you can't put court under these types of listening, partial or this thing. Yes, they will listen actively. उनकी active listening होती है. They don't do inactive or judgmental listening, partial listening. No. Yes, it actually practically it happens also, but it basically everything works upon the evidence. Sometimes they do ignore the evidences also. and they do pass the judgment what they have to pass. It is there, but everything works on evidence. Next is reflective listening. We did partial, now it is reflective listening. What we did in active listening, that was you are reflecting, you listen, then you reflect back to the other person what they have said. Again, same as active. Next is relationship listening. Relationship listening. Yes. Listening in order to support and develop a relationship with the other person. Listening in order to support and develop a relationship. Yes. Develop and sustain relationship with the other person. That is called relationship listening. Then sympathetic. Very easy. Sympathetic listening. What is sympathetic listening? We did empathetic. This is sympathetic listening. You have sympathy, to show sympathy. Yes, right. Sympathy. Yes, right. Care about other person. Yes, good. You know, everybody knows that. Next is therapeutic listening. Therapeutic. What is therapeutic? It's sort of, it is therapy. Therapeutic listening. Yes. By listening to somebody, you are giving therapy. It's sort of therapy. You are seeking to understand what the other person is feeling, demonstrating this empathy. That is called therapeutic listening, right? Then comes last is total listening. What is total listening? हम बोलते हैं he was totally listening to me. Complete. Good. Listening to everything. Completely. Totally. Yes. Full attention. Wholly listening. Yes. Like you guys are doing. You are totally listening. You are paying very close attention to what is being said and the deeper meaning found through how it is said. That is total listening. Paying attention, full attention. Yes, deep attention, total listening. Now, I just told you about therapeutic listening. See, yes, 2 days back only, you guys must be knowing this, that young actor, he hanged himself. That was very sad. You must all be knowing, yeah? So, so many opinions of people, of psychologists and psychiatrists, etc. Yeah, it came out less ki there should be somebody when you are feeling very low. Please communicate. The result which is coming out from all these happenings and events, that if there is somebody who is going through this depression or anxiety type of things, you should not take such a drastic step which will leave everybody behind you. You know, it's a sort of death for other people also, for the family members. You have given them another death. So there should be therapeutic listening, that you are listening to a person who is going through depression, and by you must try to tell him, you please take out the heart, whatever is there inside you, whatever is troubling you, please speak out, please communicate. So there is the importance of communication skill. You must speak out whatever you are going through. Do not keep it inside you. Whatever is troubling you, share it with someone. That is very, very important. If you do not communicate such type of, one can take such type of drastic steps. So communication is so important for everything. It's not only to be successful in your professional life, but in personal life also. Communication skills are very, very important. One may become very successful in his professional life, but one may not, he may fail in his personal life. He could not handle it. See, tough times will come and they will go also. So you have to understand. So if you find somebody with such type of problems, try to take everything out of him, and give him therapeutic listening. See, whatever, this is, again, the current affairs topic we took, what is happening around you. This is also so mishappening. He could have been saved, but there was nobody to listen to him. And he was also very introvert type. So if you find somebody that he is going through depression, please, everybody should come forward and give therapeutic listening to him. Just take out everything from your heart and feel relaxed. So that is the use of therapeutic. This is what is being uh, that has been the topic of discussion since the past 2 or 3 days. So that is called therapeutic listening. Total listening, therapeutic. You are just listening, you are not responding, you are just listening, and you are giving a deep listening. You are total listening you are giving. You are not saying anything, but you are only listening. That only gives the other person healing. You are healing other person by giving therapeutic. You don't listen, you don't give any suggestion. First, let the other person, the speaker, take everything out of his heart. He should feel light and relaxed that I have spoken my heart to someone. I have come out with everything. I am feeling relaxed. Then you give, after you listen to that person fully, then you give your suggestions or empathetic listening. Then sympathetic should not be there. Empathetic listening honi chahiye, therapeutic listening honi chahiye. Right? Okay. So these are 19 types of listening we did. And you know all types of listening. Now you tell me what are the benefits of listening skills. This is an interactive session where you have to speak, you have to listen and respond back. What are the benefits of listening skills? Creates interest, take decision, learn to listen, gain knowledge. Yes, gain knowledge. Yes, good knowledge. And will speak. Yes, effect on job role. Good. Other point of view. Yes. These are yes. Decision making. Good. Share ideas. Open mind. Good. Better communication. Good. Yes. 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 Know about speaker. Yes. Different perspective. Bag of knowledge. Good. Capabilities. Yeah. To listen. Yes. Communicate easily. Proper feedback to evaluate. Interpersonal support people. Know about your perspective. Yes. Create a bond with the speaker. Good. Yes. So, okay, good. You have given me good points and very important points. Now you listen to me. First of all, important or benefits of listening skills. When you listen to someone, that means you are showing your patience. Okay. So this is the first and most important point. It develops patience within the person, which is very, very important. This is benefits of listening skills. Okay, we did 19 types of listenings. Now we are doing benefits of listening skills. First of all, it develops patience within the person who is the listener. It helps you. Please listen carefully. Stop pouring in your answers now. Listen carefully. It develops patience. It helps you to solve problems and see new opportunities. Okay. And people like you more as people like good listeners. You become favorite of people because people want good listeners. So people like you more. It will help you understand people and their needs. Okay. By this, you will understand people and their needs. Then it eases tension. It helps speaker to get relaxed. I just spoke about therapeutic listening. It eases tension. It helps the speaker to get relaxed. You will be more appreciated. You will get new point of views, new perspectives, new insights, new advice. Your relationship will improve with the other person. It is so important. Listening skill is so important. Relationship will improve with people. Most of the successful people are the ones who do more listening than talking. You know that? Most of the successful people, they are those who do more listening than talking. When you listen, you observe, you learn. Yes, it is, see, it's not easy to become a good listener. You have to develop this habit by practice. Be a good listener. People will love you. You will be the favorite at your workplace also because you are a good listener. You have patience. Patience is the biggest virtue in a person. One who has patience, he can conquer the world. Simple. Okay, you told me the benefits and I just added some more points to your points. First is develop patience. They help you solve problems and see new opportunities. People like you more, you become their favorite because people like good listeners. You by this you understand people more and their needs. It eases tension. It helps speaker to get relaxed. You will be more appreciated. You will get more point of views, new perspective, new insights, new advices, new ideas. Your relationship will improve. And on the top of all, जितने भी successful लोग हो गए हैं, most of the successful people are the ones who do more listening than talking. Okay, now we'll discuss some ways to improve listening skills. How you can improve your listening skills. Please listen carefully. How you can improve. This is a very, very important virtue in any person. Listening. We just discussed advantages. You become the favorite at your workplace also. So, how to become a good listener? We are discussing some points. Ways to improve listening. What you should do. What you should do to become a good listener. Or how you can improve your listening skills. See, these are not inbuilt. Every virtue is not inbuilt. Every person has some virtue or the other, some plus point or the other. But If you want to acquire other virtues, it can be easily acquired, but through practice only, right? So how you can improve your listening skills? We are discussing the points. First, you must face the speaker. Listen to me carefully, please. Face the speaker. We are discussing the points as to how you can improve your listening skills. First is face the speaker, right? Stop pouring in messages. Listen to me carefully. When I'll ask, then you give the answer. Do not do passive listening. Do not do passive listening. Don't do partial listening. Please do active listening. First of all, you must face the speaker. For that, what you have to do is sit up straight or lean forward slightly to show your attention through body language. See, body language is very, very important. It plays a major role. First, you face the speaker by sitting straight, and you have to, by your body language, you have to show your attentiveness that yes, I am listening to you. Second, maintain eye contact, but to the degree that everybody remains comfortable. It should not be like you are staring badly the other person. No, it should not be like that. You just maintain eye contact, but to the degree that you all remain comfortable. Third is minimize external distractions. When you are listening to somebody, you must minimize external distractions. Like if TV is on, please put off the TV. Or if you are reading book or phone, yes, and ask the speaker and other listeners to do the same. It's not that you only have to do. Tell the speaker also to minimize external distractions. Then respond appropriately. Appropriately means like we did in active listening, that you have to give feedback. Respond appropriately to show that you understood the message completely. And in between, you must keep on murmuring the words like really interesting. Oh, this is interesting. What did you do then? Oh, what did she say? Words like that. You have to keep responding in such a way. You have to murmur and nod. Keep nodding yes or no. Yes or no. Nod करो उसको. बीच बीच में कहते रहो. You have to murmur the words. Really? Oh yes, interesting. Oh yes. Oh, actually it happened. What did you do then? Oh, what did she say? Stuff like that. So that the other person, he feels relaxed that you are listening to him completely. Then focus solely on what speaker is saying. Completely focus on what speaker is saying. Do not, what people try to do, they start thinking simultaneously that what they are going to say next. As soon as he will stop, the speaker will stop saying the thing, what I will say next. They start thinking on that. Do not do that. Focus solely on what the speaker is saying. Okay? You must speak after he finishes his or her point. Then next is minimize internal distractions also. First we spoke about external distraction. Now it is minimum internal distractions. What are internal distractions? According to you, what are internal distractions? Stress, okay. Stress, thinking, yeah. Internal distractions, daydreaming, overthinking, depression, tension, absent-mindedness, thinking of some other, overthinking, okay. Multitasking, yep. Talking to whom? Internal thinking, I said. Internal distractions, yes, good. Physically present, yes. Daydreaming, okay, good. Internal distractions everybody knows. If your own thought process that keep disturbing you, your own thought process keep disturbing you, simply let it go and continuously refocus your attention on the speaker. Like we try to do when we do the meditation. When we sit for meditation, we try to throw everything out of our mind and try to focus purely on meditation part. Our internal distractions, they keep disturbing us. Our own thought process, it keeps disturbing us. But we have to forcefully refocus our attention on the speaker, right? But this all comes through practice only. It's not कि हमने सोचा और हो गया या हमने करने की कोशिश की नहीं हुआ. You have practice is the only way to acquire these good habits. Then keep an open mind. Next point is keep an open mind. Open mind. Wait until the speaker is finished before deciding that you disagree. If you disagree, let the speaker finish his stuff, then you decide and you respond back that you disagree. Try not to make any assumptions about what the speaker is thinking. We overthink that the speaker must be thinking this or that. We try to make judgments, we try to make opinions that he must be thinking that, he must be thinking this. No, do not do that. Keep an open mind. Wait until speaker is finished before deciding that you disagree. Let him finish, then you can tell him, I don't agree with your point. But let him finish first. Next is avoid letting the speaker know how you handled a similar situation. Sometimes we try to dominate the other person. We try to tell the speaker that you also handled the similar situation and in a better way. And you try to give advice also. So do not do that. Until specifically ask for advice, then you give the advice. Otherwise, you just listen. Okay? Next is, even if speaker is launching a complaint against you, wait until they finish to defend yourself. Even if the speaker is launching a complaint against you, wait until they finish to defend yourself. Okay? Next is engage yourself. Ask questions for clarification, but once again, wait until speaker has finished. See, this is a very the most important point. Let the speaker finish with his stuff. In every point, this is the conclusion is this: let the speaker finish first, then you say your part. Do not interrupt in between. Do not interrupt in between, otherwise he won't be able to complete and you won't be able to understand what he actually wanted to say. Then you will make different opinions, or your understanding would not be proper about the message. So the most important is let the speaker finish. Even if you want to scold him for something, let him finish. Let him put his point first. If you will do this, you develop this habit, you will become favorite of everybody, not only in personal life but at professional front also. You should have a positive body language. Even if he is launching a complaint against you, even if he is trying to demean you or defame you, let him finish first. This is the most important point for listening skill, right? So these are some points by way of which you can improve your listening skills. First is to face the speaker, then you maintain the eye contact, then you minimize external distractions, then you respond appropriately to show that you understood, focus solely on what the speaker is saying. Yes, minimum internal and external distractions. Keep an open mind. Okay. Avoid letting the speaker know how you handled a similar situation. Let the speaker finish. This should be your key to good listening skills. Let the other person finish his message. Okay. Now, next topic we are taking up is barriers to listening. You must have done all this in your communication part in 12th, or if you guys are in college, you must have read the communication skill part, right? So this should not be, this should not be very difficult for you to understand. Yeah. How many of you are from 12th? You have passed 12th. How many of you have passed 12th? Okay. How many of you are in college first year? Okay. Final year. How many of you are graduates who have completed your graduation? Okay. So my purpose for asking all this is that you must have done this communication part either in 12th or in first, second, third year. You must have completely covered this part. So this should not be very difficult for you. See, preparing for exam, studying just to prepare for the exam and to write in the exam, that is different. But implementing the same skills in your personal life is very different. So now what if, since you are into a professional course, you are going to be a public officer. So these points are very, very important that you must implement these things now in yourself. Try to implement this in your personality. Okay. This is very important. Why we are doing this at this stage? Why we are just studying the communication skill at this stage when you know everything? Why? Because in professional course, when you will become a professional, these qualities will definitely count. These are very, very positive personality traits. Yes, implement it. Try to do this from now onwards. करना ही पड़ेगा आपको ये सब. Otherwise, you won't become a good professional. Who is just speaking and not listening, nobody likes that person. One who listens and speaks less, he becomes the favorite of everybody, be it the management, your subordinates, your superiors, workplace or professional front, or either the personal front, right? So try to implement, try to inculcate these qualities in your personality now, right? Okay, now we are doing barriers to listening. Barriers. Listening is not easy and there are a number of obstacles that stand in the way of effective listening, both within and outside the workplace. You will agree there are a number of obstacles or barriers that stand in the way of effective listening, both within and outside, and we are experiencing this also. Sometimes you're not able to you tell me I'm not audible, so there's some technical problem. This is a barrier to listening. Sometimes low network quality, you are not able to see me, again that is a barrier. So we will be discussing barriers to listening. First is physiological barrier. Physiological means some people may have genuine hearing problem or deficiencies that prevent them from listening properly. Physiological. Genuine hearing problem or deficiency that prevents you from listening properly. They can be treated. Some people may have problem in processing information or retaining information in the memory. That is physiological barriers, that you have genuine hearing problem or you can't retain information in the memory. That is physiological barriers. Such type of barriers are physiological barriers. Now second is physical barriers. Now these are referred to distraction in the environment. Physical barriers. Distraction in the environment such as the sound of an AC, sound of fan, right? Then if there is cigarette smoke, overheated room, these are the examples. Physical barriers, yes, noise. Light, yeah, misunderstanding. Physical barriers, physical. Sound of air conditioner or the sound of fan, physical barriers. Sound of mixer, yeah. Cut off electricity, birds noise, chirping of birds. You must be, there must be such type of sounds coming from my side. Yeah, speakers, yeah, right. Yes, sound of vehicles, low network vehicle sound, good. Akshat, noise, yes. Fan sound in examination hall, good. So you understand what are the physical barriers. What first was physiological barriers, like somebody has genuine hearing problem or retaining information in the memory. Okay, they are physiological. Physical, you just told me, sound of air conditioner, traffic, fan, these are physical barriers, right? Third is attitudinal barriers. Attitude, आपका attitude ही ऐसा है वो it makes a barrier. First is preoccupation with personal or work related problems can make it difficult to focus one's attention completely on what speaker is saying. Even what is being said is of very importance. Attitudinal barriers, preoccupation with personal or work related problems. Preoccupation. You understand that? Attitudinal barriers. First is preoccupation with personal or work related. आप कहीं और पहले से ही busy हो, तो you can't focus your attention completely on what speaker is saying, right? Attitudinal, preoccupation with personal work. Second is attitudinal means second is another common attitudinal problem is ego problem. Ego problem, that is a big problem. It is a belief that the person have more knowledge than the speaker. Ego problem, this is the major problem in listening, where the person, the listener, he thinks he has more knowledge than the speaker, or that there is nothing new to learn from the speaker's ideas. I know the best. People with this such kind of close-mindedness, they are very poor listeners. Yes. Okay, attitudinal. In attitudinal, first is preoccupation with personal or work-related problems. Second is ego problem, the belief. Listener thinks I have more knowledge than the speaker and that there is nothing new to learn from the speaker's ideas. So such type of listeners are very poor listeners. Fourth is, first we did physiological, second we did physical, third we did attitudinal, fourth is wrong assumption. Wrong assumption. The success of communication depends on both the sender and receiver. It is wrong to assume that communication is sole responsibility of the sender or the speaker and that listeners have no role to play. Okay? Wrong assumption that communication is sole responsibility of the sender or the speaker. and listeners have no role to play in that. When we think that, this is a wrong assumption on the part of listener. Then comes cultural barriers or linguistic. Yes, you can't understand the language of other people or the accent, then it becomes linguistic barrier. Then there is gender barriers. Yeah, there are gender barriers also. Men and women, they listen very differently for different purposes. Women are more likely to listen for the emotion behind a speaker's word. Women, they are more likely to listen for the emotion behind speaker's words. Men listen more for the facts and content. So there are gender barriers also. You must be experiencing this also in your life. That women, they listen differently for different purposes. Men listen differently for different purposes. Women are most emotional based. उनका जो सब कुछ बोलना और thinking वो बहुत emotional उनका होता है base women का, या इसलिए उनकी thinking भी उस हिसाब से, listening भी उस हिसाब से होगी. एक किसी बात को, conversation को you can see at your home. अगर आप अपनी मम्मी से कुछ बात कहते हैं practical life के बारे में, या तो मदर एकदम इमोशनल हो जाएगी. फादर विल think with facts and the content. He'll go for the facts and content and he'll understand properly and he'll understand more than mother. ऐसा होता है. मदर बहुत भावनात्मक इमोशनल हो जाती है, उनको समझाना पड़ता है. अरे it's not like that. Father, they are, gender ही ऐसा है कि they pretend to be more tough. They go for the facts and the content. Yeah. So कुछ चीजें आपको फादर को समझानी आसान रहती हैं, मदर को मुश्किल हो जाती है समझानी, क्योंकि वो हर चीज को इमोशनली ले लेती हैं. इसलिए then there is lack of training. Listening is not an inborn skill. I'll definitely within 5 minutes I'll be sharing the link. Let me finish this. Don't worry. Lack of training. Listening is not, I told you, it is not an inborn skill. People are not born good listeners. It is developed through practice and training. So practice. That is the only key to to develop good communication skills. Then bad listening habits. Next point, that you are faking attention. Bad listening habits. You are pretending you are listening, but actually you are not. They are bad listening habits. You are just faking your attention. Okay. So there were the barriers: physiological, physical, attitudinal, wrong assumption, cultural, gender barriers, lack of training, bad listening habits. Yes, we have spoken about the advantages, and now common listening mistakes. What are the common listening mistakes we do? We interrupt. First of all, we interrupt the speaker. We interrupt the speaker every time. So the key is wait until it's your turn to speak. These are the common listening mistakes. We interrupt the speaker. Wait. The key to success, to be successful in your communication skill is become a good listener. Wait until it is your turn to speak. Let the speaker finish. Second common mistake we do is completing the speaker's sentence in advance. Before he completes his sentence, you complete his sentence without even knowing what is his intention, what he wants to convey. What we try to do, we complete the speaker's sentence in advance. That is a big listening mistake. It's a bad habit. Third is habit of topping another person's story with your own is demeaning and relegates the speaker's story to something less important. We try to dominate other person. We try to demean the other person. That is a bad habit. Then we must listen for ideas, not just facts. We must listen the ideas, not just facts. Right? Can you guys just wait for 1 minute, please? I'm giving you the link. Please wait. Have patience. Yes. Hi guys. Have you got the link? Hello. Have you got the link? Yes. Okay. So I found this a very all aspects are covered over here, which I wanted to tell you. So you can go through this. Okay. You can go through this PDF. It is covering all the aspects. The questions you may get. इससे बाहर कोई question I don't think कोई question आएगा. बहुत detailed ये PDF है. I have taken these extracts from the net. I did a lot of research. What I wanted to tell you, I got everything over here. So you can go through this. I think we have covered all the aspects, and this is a complete of this. You have to tell me. Write the question: how good listening skills can help you get your dream job? Did you get the question? Have you written it? How good listening skills can help you get your dream job? Have you written? How good listening skills can help you get your dream job. Okay. See, now suppose you are prepared, you have prepared your outfits, you have prepared your resume, good resume, you are prepared with your good outfits, you have professional skills for your first interview. But are you ready to listen? Yes. So you have to give me the points in the next lecture. You give me answer of this question: how good listening skills can help you get your dream job. आपके पास अच्छे कपड़े आपने ले लिए, आपके पास बहुत बढ़िया रिज्यूमे है आपका बना हुआ, प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स है, फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू के लिए आप जा रहे हैं, बट माय क्वेश्चन इज, आर यू रेडी टू लिसन? ठीक है, you write the answer of this question in 5 to 6 points. Okay, we'll discuss. This is the activity for you. You have to write answers. Just collect some bullet points. How good listening skills can help you get your dream job. You know, what does every great problem solver or communicator have in common? Every great problem solver and communicator, what do they have in common? They have exceptional listening skills. So focus on developing these skills, right? And it will make you reach the heights in future. If you want to be successful in life, communication skills are they are the only way. This is the most important key for the success of anything, and in that too, listening is the most important soft skill, right? It is the most important skill which can get you a dream job. And now how it will help you, you have to tell me. What are the benefits, or the way you want? Do not go by the PDF. Write from your own mind. That is important. देख कर लिखना या रट्टे मार के लिख लेना, याद करके लिख लेना, that is now you guys are going to be professionals, so अपने हिसाब से लिखोगे. Okay, thanks Avinash. So we are winding up for the day. So my today's what is my opinion about you guys is you are very good listeners. Yeah, actually I wanted that for these two lectures I will not, I had decided I will not open the video, but by chance it happened like that it did not open. I wanted this soft skill, this listening skill lecture. I'll meet you day after tomorrow. We'll definitely open. So uh, that's all for the day. Have a good day, guys. We'll see you day after tomorrow. We'll start oral communication part, right? Bye.